The night was bitterly cold, and the wind carried with it the kind of sharp bite that made most people hurry indoors. John Kennedy had been driving home from a long meeting, his mind weighed down by numbers, strategies, and politics. He stopped at a small gas station on the edge of town, just planning to grab a cup of coffee and get back on the road. But what he saw when he pulled in froze him in his tracks. A young pregnant woman, no older than her mid-20s, stood behind the counter. Her uniform was faded, her eyes were tired, and her swollen belly was hard to miss. Yet despite her condition, she moved quickly, cleaning the counter, sweeping the floor, and ringing up customers, all while forcing a polite smile. Kennedy watched for a moment, realizing something wasn't right. The station was nearly empty, the air inside smelled faintly of gasoline, and she looked exhausted, far more exhausted than someone in her condition should have to be. He walked in and greeted her warmly. "Evening, ma'am." "Cold night, isn't it?" She smiled, though the weariness in her eyes betrayed her. "Yes, sir." "Cold and long. Can I get you something?" Kennedy picked up his coffee, but instead of rushing out, he lingered. "You shouldn't be working this late, not in your condition," he said softly, genuinely concerned. Her smile faltered, and for a moment, the mask slipped. "I don't have much of a choice," she admitted. "Rent's due, baby's coming in 2 months. And it's just me now. My husband left when he found out I was pregnant, so here I am. Got to work as much as I can." The words hit Kennedy like a punch to the chest. He had met countless people in his career, heard stories of struggle and perseverance, but seeing it up close, seeing this woman standing here, holding herself together despite the odds, struck a chord deep inside him. For the next few minutes, he asked her name, her story, and listened closely. Her name was Emily. She had once dreamed of finishing college and becoming a nurse, but life had taken her down a much harder road. Now she spent her nights on her feet at a gas station, hoping she could scrap together enough to give her child a better future. When another customer entered, Kennedy stepped back, his mind racing. He could have walked away, offered a kind word, and left her to her fate, but something inside him refused. He saw his own mother's struggle when he was a boy, saw echoes of every hard-working American who'd been dealt a hard hand but refused to give up, and he knew he had to act. After the customer left, Kennedy leaned over the counter. "Emily, I want you to listen to me. You are not alone in this. Not tonight, not ever again." She looked confused, but before she could reply, Kennedy stepped outside and made a quick call. Within half an hour, a few of his staffers arrived at the gas station. He quietly paid for Emily's shift, insisting she go home and rest, but that was only the beginning. The next morning, Emily woke up to a knock on her small apartment door. There, waiting for her, was a basket filled with groceries, baby clothes, and a note that read, "You are stronger than you know. Keep believing." Alongside the basket was a letter offering her a full scholarship to a nursing program and financial assistance until she could finish school. Tears streamed down her face as she clutched the letter to her chest. It was more than help, it was hope. Weeks turned into months. With Kennedy's quiet support, Emily left the gas station and began pursuing her dream again. She welcomed a healthy baby boy into the world, naming him Hope as a reminder of the night her life changed. Years later, Emily stood on a stage in her graduation gown, holding her son's hand as she accepted her nursing degree. And in the audience, quietly smiling, was John Kennedy, proud not of what he had given, but of the strength she had always carried inside her. The story spread, touching hearts across the nation. To some, it was just a kind gesture by a public figure, but to Emily, and to the little boy growing up with a mother who never gave up, it was proof that kindness can rewrite the future. And the message was clear: sometimes, The greatest power we have isn't in wealth or politics, it's in choosing to see someone struggle and deciding to help them stand when the world expects them to fall. Because of one late-night stop at a gas station, 2 lives were forever changed, and the ripple of that moment continued to inspire countless others who heard the story, reminding everyone that compassion, when put into action, has the power to change the world.